making. Happi Axxident. Happi Review. 4 Horsemen. Conabus. Necronominus.
Power up.
Good to go.
The Congregation of Necronominus. A group of soldiers guided by their faith in their dark god, Necronominus. Highly ordered and single-minded, they are an effective and deadly force. The last of the Dark Four to return to Mythos, Necronominus is the most powerful of these evil gods. While the Dark Four have no leader, they all defer to Necronominus, for all their powers lead to death, and that is his domain.
Many moons ago, I ordered Necronominus Conabus 2-pack alongside the Congregation of Necronominus figures in the wave. One day, I hope to procure the Tripagully. BELUALYTH and Maxillius the Harvester were must-haves. I pre-ordered these figures directly through 4 Horsemen Studios website, which brings me to a story I must tell. Porch Pirate Rescue. Enough time had passed since my pre-order that I forgot to update the shipping address after I moved. I learned of the delivery thanks to FedEx tracker text message. I contacted the leasing office of the apartment complex where I used to live. They said no parcel had been brought to their office. I took a chance and drove down to my old address where the package had been shipped to. I knocked on the door. Eventually, the tenant greeted me. I showed him a picture of the FedEx delivery and asked him if he had my package. He asked me to wait and closed the door. When he opened the door, he said that he had the package and asked that I come back later because he was unable to retrieve it at this time. I said I would come back tomorrow and we exchanged contact info. When I retrieved the package, it had clearly been opened and Maxillius had been tampered with, accessories placed into a Ziploc bag.
If you receive a parcel that is not addressed to you, please do your part to get it into the hands of the rightful owner. Thank you.
Before the Lord of Death appears, there is Maxillius the Harvester. Necronominus comes forth to raise the dead and grow his army, and the Harvester's job is to give his master fields of freshly reaped bodies to turn to his side.
I am incredibly thankful that the tenant who had the parcel returned it to me, everything intact. Like many of you, I love skeletons, and I make an effort to get as many as I can for the Mythic Legions series. The Grim Reaper, aka Death, is one of my favorite characters of all time. In my high school play for A Christmas Carol, I played the Spirit of Christmas Future, and I got to do the iconic point. This figure is
outstanding.
Incredible sculpt, paint, detail, fully articulated, and with accessories to
die for.
Just look at these bad boys. Maxillius's tattered wired cloak is well tailored, and he includes 2 pointing skeleton hands, and that matters most to me.
BELUALYTH.
The third must-have for me in this wave. I itch at the bone to get this one up out. I considered doing it for this video, but time was not on my side. Comment below if you'd like to see a standalone review for her. And now, the star of the show, the Lord of Death, the last of the Dark Four, Necronominus, and his steed, Conabus. Packaging for this 2-pack features magnificent character illustrations. On the back, we see the Dark Four, Necronominus,
Death,
Poxus, Pestilence, Illithia,
Famine,
and Erethier.
War.
Includes lore. Learn more at sourcehorseman.com. For scale reference, a 2-inch figure and a 5-inch figure. Buy direct from store-horseman.myshopify.com. Ah, that new toy smell. Includes wired soft goods, 13 accessories. Let's get to work. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. Necronominus and Conabus up out. Good horse. I'll get these shields attached when we take a closer look at the steed. The God Razor surges with dark energy. We'll get detailed looks at the soft goods here in a few.
Choose your figure. Necronominus. A vision of pure horror, clad in tattered vestments and wielding the mighty God Razor. Necronominus resurrects an army of the undead to follow him. They are a mindless force, totally devoted to the Lord of Death and his children. An army that swells as fallen foes are touched by the dark magic of the God Reaser to become soldiers for the Congregation of Necronominus.
I wish I could take credit for that writing, but credit where credit is due. That's all for Horsemen Studios. Alright, let's take a moment to appreciate the detail, the spectacle here. I showed a couple pictures to one of my toy bros, and he said, "Bro, that's too detailed." To which I replied, "You can never have enough detail." Coming up, God Razor and soft goods, but we need to look at this steed.
The skeletal steed of Necronominus, Conabus, is every bit the vision of horror that his master is. It is said that the clopping of Conabus' hooves awakens the dead. Wake the dead!
Wake the dead!
And then the touch of his master's relic weapon, the God Reaser, brings them back from the peace of the grave and makes them a soldier in his undead army. Once risen, they form up like supplicants behind the Lord of Death, moving in unison with the clumping of his pale horse.
Alright, let's complete the look and get these shields attached to the hindquarters. But wait, there's more. The horse halter is removable, revealing stunning detail and beautiful paintwork on that head. The armor plates which adorn the neck is also removable. No articulation, but again, the detail and paintwork is just out of this world. Love the asymmetry of the missing bolts. I believe we can even go full bare bones by detaching the rear section from the saddle and then sliding that off, and then I think we can unpeg the belt around the bottom of the saddle here. I'll have to give that a go sometime, but not now, because I want to mess with the Lord of Death's soft goods. So his wired soft goods is a two-parter for all intents and purposes. I'm going to call this piece the ribbon, and I just want to see what he looks like with the ribbons only, without the cape. Vibrant colors, wonderful design, fully wired, superposable, and they attach really well. All right, so let's get a look at this cape, man. This cape is, this is amazing. It's fully wired. It's got tatters, holes. It's got an elastic band up here so it can go around the nubbins, and then here's the holes. It's either going to be for his arms or the wings. I'm guessing the wings. Let's bring it all into my heat station. Wow, in this lighting you can really see the incredible detail. Cloth for days. Here's the slit in the cape for the port for the wings, and then there's the wings attached, and then there's the ribbon on the outside, and these colors really pop. Alright, let's bring it back into the studio. Gorgeous, fully made up. The wired soft goods just add so much dynamicism. Dynamicism? This looks like Spawn, right? You get some Spawn action going with this cloak in here. This is damn near action figure perfection. Alright, let's get him on the horse. Necronominus atop his steed, Conabus. Dude, now I gotta open my Poxus and get him atop his steed. Alright, this has encouraged me to go into my crates and find some other skeletons for Mythic Legions that go with this faction. Get them all together. Okay, let's talk happy thoughts, my final thoughts. Okay, the coolest thing about this figure is that I totally forgot that I ordered it. Second coolest thing is that it made it back into the hands of the rightful owner. I love the detail. I love his gold pupils. It's very reminiscent of Skeleton Warriors, if you're familiar with that old line. That's another reason why I had to have these. Oh, I wanted to show you this. So these pieces here, the top of the wings, they do come off during play quite often. I had to reattach them, so be mindful of that. Considering everything that's here, it's a nitpick. I know I didn't go into articulation for this figure, but check out any other of my Four Horsemen videos, link below. I cover articulation in great detail in those. And for Conabus here, his head, I was surprised that the jaw doesn't move, but here's just a quick shot of some articulation in a horse's leg. So yeah, it's all there. I spent so much time just oogling these visually, and I actually forgot to get him in some dynamic poses on the horse, with the horse rearing up and stuff. But if I come back to Poxus, I'll be sure to hit that. I also have the Four Horsemen's rendition of the Headless Horseman, the second version, unfortunately, but it's still dope. I had planned to do that one for Halloween 2024, but I didn't get around to it, so maybe 2025 we'll hit it. So this makes a total of 3 horses that I have from the Four Horsemen Studios. It's always a pleasure coming back to these figures. I know I don't do a lot of Four Horsemen Mythic Legions videos, but when I do, I just have a great time, and I hope you enjoyed this look at these figures from this wave, or rather the faction, the Congregation of Necronominus. Hey, I want to know, did you get these figures, and are you still collecting Mythic Legions? Are you a new collector to Mythic Legions? Are you into Cosmic Legions? And would you like to see a detailed review for this one right here? Let me know down below.
Fine, all my guys are dead.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it. Man, I'm having a lot of fun making these videos. I've got some more here. I've got some playlists for y'all to peep. If you feel like binging, that'd be great. And hey, if you did like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, thank you very much. You're the best around.
Bad to the bone. Bad.